Hi, Wayne Johnson here for Taylor Guitars. Thanks for joining me on this companion video to the Wood&Steel article, Latin Guitar Grooves. Let's jump right into it. I'm going to show you a pattern that'll help develop independence between your fingers and your thumb. It's a 3-element pattern. We're going to play bass with our thumb and chords with our fingers, and I'm going to throw in a little percussive click that I'll talk about in just a minute. This is an 8th note pattern, so everything is either on a downbeat or an and of the 8th note. So it starts on the and of 4 into the pattern. It's only a 1-bar pattern. I've got it written out as a 2-bar pattern, but the elements are only a 1-bar pattern. So let's start. Our A minor on the 5th fret. I might finger it a little differently so that you can see my movement of the bass notes, okay? All right, another thing to keep in mind is that you don't have to play all the notes all the time. Sometimes less is more. I, in fact, sometimes just play the inner workings of the chord, like the 3rd and the 7th, and a bass note. That's only 3 notes. So just keep that in mind. Okay, bass starts first. It comes in on the 4 and then a downbeat of 1. So 3, 4, and 1, 2. Okay, the fingers also come in at the 4 and, but they sustain over the 1 where the bass is being plucked. 3, 4, and 1. 3, 4, and 1. Okay, now on the 1 and, we're going to take this a 8th note at a time. The 1 and, your fingers come back in for a pluck up on the and. So 3, 4, and 1 and 3, 4, and 1 and. So the fingers basically on the and of 4, the and of 1, you'll get it. It's all up beats. All right, so now we're at beat 2. This is where the percussive click comes in. Percussive click is basically just where your fingers go back, get relined where they came from. So we're getting ready to do another pluck. So the fingers will go down under the strings, and the thumb will go on top to play the bass. And you just go back, you hit the strings, and a little percussive sound will come out. If you're playing an acoustic instrument, you can do this on any guitar. Play an acoustic instrument, you'll get a little resonance from the top of the guitar as your fingers might go through and actually hit part of the guitar. On electric guitar, you can go through and your fingers might hit the pickups, or the strings that you hit might in turn hit the pickups. You get like a high-end kind of chirp from it. The point is that the percussive click is always different on different guitars. That's a very cool thing about it. All right, beat 2, percussive click. 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2. 3, 4, and 1, and 2. It's a little like riding a bike. It's a little strange at first, but once you get it, you'll never forget it. All right, we have just done the first 4 8th notes of the 8 8th note pattern. So we just have 4 left. Now the cool thing is that you're pretty much done because rhythmically it's identical to the first 4 8th notes. All we're going to do is change the bass note. And you're already fingering it. It's the E on the 7th fret, the 5th of the A minor chord. So from 2 and, it's this. 2 and 3 and 4. Here's the whole pattern. Watch the bass note change. 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. It's very, very, very cool. You want to keep your right hand kind of tight, not tight, but controlled. It's not flamboyant, because you can get a lot more speed that way. And on your left hand, when you're fingering these, you can try all kinds of funny things like staccato or sustaining. It's really, really a fun pattern. Singers love this pattern because it gives them a foundation of the whole band. When you're playing solo guitar with a singer, you're providing bass, chords, rhythm, and it's very effective. Audience realizes that too. It's a very cool pattern. So have fun and practice it. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. I'm going to have some fun on the way out of this myself, okay? All right, see you next time. Cheers. 3.